Not Broke on Instagram and TikTok at Cheap Not Broke.
Cheap Not Broke fam. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you all for tuning back in. It is another lovely Thursday. Happy. Hope you're doing well. If you haven't, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button. Tell a friend, tell another friend, because the last live is doing well. The numbers are doing great. Thank you all who shared it. Thank you all who subscribed. And if you're new to the channel, I appreciate you tuning in. Well, tonight we had to get a little. I had to talk about it. I had to talk about it. It's just too much. But all this rap beef, all this beef out here making me hungry. I said, I'm gonna go get me a steak or something. Everybody beefing, and I'm over here eating chicken. You know what? I said, let's talk about this rap beef because I'm curious. For me, I don't really even care about the rap beef like that. Not like I used to. I still listen to rap, but I'm not into it like I once was. However, these just two rich dudes talking shit. Look here. This ain't no there's no regular beef. These ain't no guys starting up. These guys been around for a minute. They both doing very, very, very well. So all this name calling and stuff, these boys like they 30s, mid-30s or something like that. So I'm not gonna get into all that, but I know one thing. This rap beef, it damn sure keep people on your mind. It's some good marketing, some good advertising, if you ask me. Now we'll get into all because it's some good rap. We've had some good beefs out there in the past. We have some good beefs out there in the past. But drop a comment. What y'all think about the beef, man? I know you heard Kendrick Lamar song. I heard it yesterday. God, come on, man. Damn, man was talking about everything. He called him everything but a child of God. I mean, come on. I see these dudes, they sit there and take notes. That's what I don't like about the rap beef. They know too much. They sitting there, they watching you. They know about your family. They know what you like to eat, where you work out, what time I get up and go to bed. They know come on, man. Y'all in the house spying on me? It's like these cats know everything. So, this rap beef it's really interesting. I guess hip hop need it because right now I don't know no hit song. I don't know any hit songs because usually during the summer, you remember long time ago when music was on CDs, you would have an album of the summer. Somebody drop an album. We listen to that all summer. You don't have that no more. It's really tough to stay relevant in the rap game. It's really, really tough. You got new cats coming all the time. Your album might last a month. You remember, man, it'd be at one point in time, like in the mid 2000s, mid 2000s, 2010s. You can drop an album in May and it'll take you through December. Not now. Hell no, you are not doing that now. You're going to have a hit song. You get about 6 weeks. And you better have a mixtape or something else going on because it is very, very hard to stay relevant. And number two, you don't have videos like you used to. You remember you used to watch BET, MTV? The videos. Dude. Ah, man, I missed the school bus. I remember Busta Rhymes, my favorite video all time favorite video. Busta Rhymes, Janet Jackson. You remember? We're gonna make your body. I ain't gonna sing because they kick you off and all that stuff. But you know the song. When Janet Jackson turned to water, I lost my damn mind. That video was amazing. I missed a school bus. I had to call my father. He had to take me to school. He's like, hey man, what the hell you doing? Why you been school bus? Man, look at him, man. The video was good because they used to play the premiere a couple days before. They start dropping the premiere. You be waiting on the video. When the video coming out? Man, listen, I was in 8th grade when that video came out. That was a good one. Big Pimpin', another favorite video of mine. So, the videos used to keep you relevant. So the beef wasn't really a thing. You can't dance to no beef song. I like Kendrick Lamar's song, but they're not gonna play it in the club. It's not nothing you can really get down to. So the beefs are cool, but I don't really see how it's gonna, it ain't no album. It's not a mixtape. It's cool. It's nice to talk about, but hey, as you see, we won't be talking about it next week. So I just think all these rap beefs are just keeping people relevant so they can make some money because it's summertime. You wouldn't beef in the wintertime. You're not going on tour. You're going on tour now. J. Cole, all these guys are rap beefing, going on tour. It's just so they can be heard and go out and get this money. It's all about this money. Now, back in the 90s, them boys used to get a little violent with their rap beefs. Their rap beefs used to get a little out of control. That's a whole nother thing. But look, when it comes to this whole rap beef thing, it's not only just rap beefs. You've had beefs all over the place. You had company beefs. You had beefs in sports. Beef is all over the place. But they just call it different things. However, I wanted to get into what was this article? 10 of the best rap beefs. Speaking of which, because I know just all talk, we all talk about money. We'll get into that a little bit, but 10 of the some of the best rap beef that I have seen that I've reported was Jay Z and Nas. Jay Z and Nas was a great rap beef. Jay Z and Nas was a great rap beef. Now, was it Ether? Yeah, I honestly don't remember Jay Z song. I don't. I think it was super ugly. I never listened to it. I'm like, I didn't even listen to it. I just remember when Minaj came out. He dropped that. He dropped that fire, and that was his ass. So that was a great rap beef. 50 Cent and Kanye West. Now that was an interesting one because I think that was made up. I think they were just trying to, because Kanye was selling shoes at the time. He just came out with the Yeezy, so he was he with Nike at the time? He might have been with Nike, leaving for Adidas at the time, but he was selling shoes. And 50 Cent, he wasn't making records like that, so he was transitioning to TV. So they were both using that as a ploy to sell some stuff. Once again, beef is to sell stuff. What was another beef? Now Drake and Pusha T. Now that was different. That was different. The man exposed the man. We didn't even know Drake had kids until he told us about that. I'm like, damn, Drake got kids? He got kids? We didn't even know about that. So that was interesting. That was interesting rap beef. But overall, rap beef, in my opinion, is just to sell records and stay relevant. But here's another rap beef another beef we forgot about. I don't know if y'all remember in the 90s, not in the 90s, in the 2010s, Apple versus nope. Apple and PC. Apple and PC. Them cats, they were going heavy. Now you don't even hear about PC no more. We clearly know who won that. But if you remember back in the 90s, they had, back in the 2010s, you had all those Apple PC commercials. This was around when the iPod Touch was out. Then you had Apple on one side, and you had the nerd guy talking about the PC, and they were just comparing the two. And they did this for like years. But clearly, we know who won that. Once the iPhone came out, when the commercials was done, there is no more of that. Coca-Cola, Pepsi, they beef to this day. But we clearly know who the winner is. That you don't come on. You don't even see Pepsi no more. Whenever you go anywhere, when the last time somebody pulled out a Pepsi? Pepsi don't even get drank like that. Coca-Cola kicks Pepsi's ass all the time. But in the 90s, they used to go at it all the time. Coca-Cola, Pepsi used to always make commercials going at each other. So rap beef ain't just all about, going at each other, attacking each other. It's all about just staying relevant. Good marketing, cheap marketing. You don't have to pay nobody. I talk about you talk about me. We stay relevant. I was just listening to the baby, and he was talking about a rapper hit him up saying, "Hey man, we should beef so we can, get some static going for the summer." He like, "Nah, I'm not gonna do that because the baby about that life. Look him up. The baby is about that life." He said, "Nah, bro, because we get into that, we're gonna have some real problems, and I'm not trying to do that." So beef can be good. Beef can cost you some money too, because you get in trouble with the law. You can mess around and get arrested. As the whole Biggie Tupac, that was a whole nother beef. West Coast, East Coast, whole nother beef. But beef ain't always good. Now sometimes beef can cost you some money. Getting arrested, going to jail, all that stuff. There's a lot of stuff behind this stuff. All this beefing. But these guys, clearly nothing gonna happen. They'll probably end up going on tour, doing a song together. Who knows? But these guys ain't dangerous. They're not tough. So I'm not gonna buy into that. But I do think beef can benefit you and it can hurt you. Depending on which way you go. Now, personal beef. Now you got somebody beef with down the street. That's a whole nother thing. Not somebody that can get somebody might get their hands put on them. That's a whole nother kind of beef right there. Where we got my biggest beef brand. But here we go. Let's get into it. Some of the biggest beefs of brands in history. Because not only just rappers beef, brands beef. Coca-Cola, like I said, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, they beef all the time. This beef started, it was all started in 1975 Pepsi Challenge. I'm not gonna get into all that. But we all know Coca-Cola is clearly the winner of that. Microsoft, Apple, that's a whole nother beef. We know who the winner of that is. Microsoft, when the last time you heard, you don't even have my Apple has stores. Microsoft doesn't. And that says enough about that. You have an Apple in your pocket sitting on your desk. You don't have a Microsoft, nothing. Unless you got a PC, and that's probably for your job. 9 times out of 10, you use a Microsoft because it's your job computer. Most people use personal Macs. Apples. I wasn't an Apple. Well, yes, I was. I haven't had a Windows since college. I know my parents bought me a Mac in college, and I haven't been back since. I still know how to use a Windows computer, but it's not that much. It's not that often. Windows, Microsoft, kind of irrelevant. What we got? Aldi versus Aldi. We're gonna skip that. Aldi's trash. I don't like Aldi. Speaking of which, side note, Aldi's trash. I don't know if you've been to Aldi. They say it's like a good way to save money, and they're great. No, they're not. No, they're not. Aldi's trash. Aldi, they stack all their stuff on top of each other. It doesn't seem fresh, and they only got 2 employees. How are you gonna get some help? And you got to pay for the cart. And you got to pay for the cart to go to Aldi's. Not a fan of Aldi's. I don't go there. I don't care how cheap it is. I'm not going to no Aldi's. You can forget that. Aldi's is not for me. Microsoft versus Motorola. That used to be a beef, but we don't even hear about Motorola no more. I think Motorola's making air fryers. They damn sure don't make phones no more. Apple versus Samsung. Now this is still relevant. I don't know if you remember. Apple sued Samsung. It was a big lawsuit, and I think it was suing. They sued them over the screen over the phone because Apple does not produce their own screens. Samsung does, and there was a lawsuit about that. Apple ended up winning. Samsung, once they settled the lawsuit, Samsung sent the settlement to Apple in coins. That's beef. Now, I don't know about y'all, but if you send me $1 million in coins, I'm going to gladly sit there and roll that stuff up or hire me somebody to do it. That's all the beefs we got. But yes, beefs, famous beefs, company beefs, hip hop beef. Beef is all over the place. Beef is everywhere. But I'm not nobody. I'm not the one to beef with nobody. Comedian beef. Oh yes, Cat Williams, top of the year. We had some comedy beef. Now, comedy beef is different because comedians don't really compete like that. I mean, you get on the stage, tell your jokes. You might think somebody's funny. You might think somebody's not. Comedian beef is more so somebody talking shit about you. Yes, that can create a beef. But other than that, we're not really competing. Comedians don't really beef like that because we all work together. We all do shows together. We all have trying to get money. We do shows, sketch comedy, all kind of stuff. So comedians do all kind of stuff. E, what's happening? Man, E, man, me been riding with us since the beginning, man. Shout out to E. That's crazy. Why was there that's why there was a coin shortage. Yeah, man, Samsung had like 6 dump trucks of coins, and they went over there and dropped that shit off. They said, we're gonna pay it in coin. That's petty. That's a whole new level of petty. I like it. I like that. I like that level of petty. You don't always, even with a beef, you can be petty. You don't have to always put your hands on somebody. You can be petty. Now I think these rap beefs are petty because the line I like the most in the Kendrick Lamar said, man, you know nothing about praying or feeding your children. Like, absent father. That's terrible. That is terrible. But that's what it is. Rap beef. I don't think beefs are like what they used to be though. Because the beefs used to get violent. I don't know if you remember the Source Awards. That was beef. That was real rap beef. Oh, and another beef, 50 Cent and Rick Ross. That was funny. Now, I'll tell you one person you don't want to beef with. You don't want to beef with 50. 50 is petty. 50 is very, very petty. That's probably the pettiest guy you can rap beef with. Oh, he is hilarious. All right. Rap beef is over. We're going to move on to the next segment of the show. But first, we got to get a word from our sponsor. So we'll be right back. And let's get into the next segment of the show. And you already know what that is. Cheap Not Broke fam. It's summertime. Do you have your tank top? Your Cheap Not Broke tank top? I got 15% off. Why? Because I had this tank top on and I look good at the beach. You should get yours too. Head over to www.cheapnotbroke.com and grab your tank top and play in the water. All right, it is interesting news. You know what? I got these glasses. I said I got to have them. The cats that used to wear these glasses in the 70s, and my grandmother used to have a pair of these glasses. So you know what? I was like, she was like glasses like $10. I said, you know what? I'll give you 5. She said, okay, cool. So you know what? We're gonna roll with them tonight. I like these glasses. If you don't, anyway, let's get into it. Interesting news. Now, this story is crazy. This story is wild. I don't know if you drink Perrier water. I'm not a fan of it. That stuff make me burp, and some people it probably make you fart. I don't know. But Perrier water, in Pennsylvania. In Pennsylvania, court rules that Perrier soda is not French mineral water and therefore it is taxed. So a lady, what happened was a lady, she was buying some Perrier water in her city in Pennsylvania. And what happened was she was taxed 24 cents because they tax you for everything. They tax you for everything. And she said, hold up, wait a minute. I don't know who does this. You got to really be on your stuff to know that you're supposed to not supposed to be taxed for water. Now, I thought you're taxed on the bottle, but apparently in this county, she's saying, hey, you're not supposed to be taxed for water. So she filed a petition saying, hey, we, the citizens of this county, we are being taxed illegally. Montgomery filed 2 petitions with the Pennsylvania Department of Revenue Board of Appeals seeking a refund for sale tax since mineral water was not supposed to be taxable in the U.S. Bottled water has traditionally been exempt from sales tax because water is necessary for survival. Hold on, that's a damn lie. Everywhere I go, I've been taxed for water. I don't know about y'all. I don't know about y'all. I don't know if you've been to a restaurant and not have been taxed for water. That's lie. They don't tax you for the water. They tax you for the bottle. Water is free. The bottle is not. So I don't know about that, lady. That's stretching it. That's stretching everybody's tax on the damn bottle. But anyway, she went to sue. And the county flipped it. They said no. Pennsylvania Department of Revenue Board of Appeals ruled that late 2019 Perrier water is carbonated water, placing the soft drink in the category, making it taxable. That's tough. Damn. Who knew that? Who knew that? Now I thought everything was taxed. Bottled water, soda drink. Now, only time I don't see it, like now, sometimes when I buy food, I don't see a tax on that. But when I go to the grocery store, I still pay taxes on that. So it's kind of confusing because sometimes I don't see a tax on the food. Sometimes you do. But I know damn well that I'm taxed on bottles. In California, you got to pay a 10-cent bottle tax. It's a 10-cent bottle tax. Every time you buy a bottle in California, you're going to pay 10 cents. So let's say you buy, I don't know, 12-pack of water. You're going to pay that extra dollar and something. And California, when you go buy gas, you have to pay a 35-cent debit tax. So when you use your debit card, they charge a fee. Where I go get gas, they pass that fee right along to you. They say, hey, you have to pay a 35-cent service fee. Are you okay? Yes or no? And if you say no, they cancel the whole order and you're not getting anything. So you're going to pay them taxes and they pass that stuff on down. And also, they just ruled, wow. Yep, that's damn right. Wow. Also, another thing they just ruled that in a couple states, junk fees, restaurants were getting out of pocket with charging you all these fees. You get your bill, you got to pay employee health insurance, employee oil change, employee babysitting fee. Wait a minute, hold on, these not my kids. Why I got to pay a babysitting fee? Well, that's what they charge you at the restaurants. So in a couple states got together and said these junk fees have to be displayed up front. You got to put that on the menu because you'll mess around be paying an extra $8-9 and not know anything about that. I was watching the news and they were interviewing people, and this one lady said, I don't mind paying the tax because I'm paying for the service and I'm paying for the experience. Lady, the service sucks most of the time. A lot of times I don't have a problem tipping. I don't have a problem tipping. I like tipping. Don't get me wrong. But tell me if I'm wrong. You agree with me? Drop it in the chat. If you don't, if you disagree with me, drop it in the chat. Sometimes the service sucks and I still tip anyway. I feel like that's a participation trophy. You know, when somebody just show up, but they don't really do nothing. Listen, how many times you been in a restaurant? Damn, can we get some plates? Can we get some napkins? Can we get some of this? Can we get some of that? And then they ignore you. I don't know if they teach them that in training. You be trying to make some eye contact with them, and they be over there looking around. They look everywhere but at you. I know what you're doing. You playing games. But see, I'm still a nice person. I still tip. I don't feel like I should, though. I don't feel like I should. So all these taxes are bullshit. I personally think you should be able to rate your server. If I have to leave a tip, we should be able to leave there should be a box. I should be able to leave a little note or let me leave some stars or something. Now, when you go pay like $100 for a meal, now the service is on point, but you paying for that. But a lot of times I be tipping people and I feel like, hey, you know what? I don't feel like the service was that great, but I pay anyway because I'm just customer tipping. I'm not no asshole. But yes, here nor there. Here nor there. Now, I don't know. This next story is very interesting to me. I was watching Pat McAfee. I don't know if you Pat McAfee is. Pat McAfee is on ESPN. He was a punter. This guy started his show on YouTube just like I did, and he had, I don't know, he got like 10 million followers. ESPN is paying this dude $17 million a year to have his show on ESPN. He started out on YouTube. Long story short, hey, if you online works, believe whatever you want to do on the internet, believe in the internet. It will take you far places and wide places. That's why we're here on Cheap Not Broke, because we're trying to make it happen for us too. Anyway, let's get into the story. Um, this was wild. So in the great state of Florida, there is a football player, and this happened to happen back in 20. Let's see, what was this? This was 2019, 2022. Yes, 2022. Lawsuit reveals Gervin Dexter entered a $436,000 NIL deal. I don't know if you know. So now college athletes can make money playing sports. They can sign, they can be with they can be, they get a check. You can make commercials for Burger King, be sponsored by a clothing brand, and they'll pay you. Back before, like Reggie Bush, he just got his Heisman back. He lost his scholarship and he lost his Heisman because he was accepting money. Now, thanks to Ed O'Bannon, he was a basketball player. He sued the NCAA and won because he was saying they were making way too much money for college sports to be considered amateur. You guys are making billions of dollars. These are not amateurs. So after that lawsuit, they're getting paid now. Anyway, what happened with this guy was he signed a deal, $436,000. And during this deal, he was giving away 25% of his future earnings. This guy had to be a sophomore. Let's read it. Florida football defensive lineman Gervin Dexter has filed a lawsuit in U.S. District Court in Gainesville, conducting that future earnings clause in a $436,000 name, image, likeness deal signed May 22 violating state laws. So basically, what they were saying was this guy's going to sign for $436,000, and he was going to sign away 25% of his future earnings, likeness, and likeness and all those, if you got jersey, commercials, all that stuff, 25%. This guy's in college, and that's a lifetime deal. That's illegal. So he's filing a lawsuit as he should. Oh, interesting fact. I didn't know how the NIL deal came out. Oh yeah. Oh, Ed O'Bannon, man, that's a good law. He did a great thing. He did the same thing as oh man, what's my man's name? Kurt Flood, black man. He's the one that got free agency going in baseball. Ed O'Bannon, two black guys. Hey, say people out here doing it. Athletes, these are ex-athletes coming back and fighting for getting their money. But anyway, so this guy, he's suing because what he was saying was that you can't sign away lifetime earnings at 25% and be in college. That doesn't make any sense. And that's against the law because you're taking advantage of these kids. I knew something funny had to be going on because I'm like, all right, you hear about all the NIL deals. That's great. How many kids are getting lawyers and attorneys? Somebody asks you to sign $700,000. Like, okay, great. Do you have a lawyer present? Do you have any kind of counsel? I'm pretty sure sometimes these kids don't. They might get you your freshman year, your sophomore year, and you thinking this is a lot of money, but you might not read the fine print. You might make $700,000. They might pay you that over 15 years. So you don't know. You don't know. You got to read the contract. Contract can be all kind of stuff. You can sign a $700,000 contract and you could owe money. I mean, look at the rappers. It happens to them all the time. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Please. If you enjoy what's going on, hit the like button, subscribe button. So these kids are 18, signing away because they think it's a lot of money, but it may not be. You got taxes. You got fees. You got all kind of stuff in these contracts. And who knows? We'll find out maybe 2-3 years from now that some of these kids are probably getting screwed over with this money. What Pat McAfee was talking about was that some of these kids are signing deals. Let's say their sophomore year. Let's say you sign a deal your sophomore year. They pay you $500,000. And they also get 25% of, future earnings for the next 5 years. Not bad. Let's say you go first round, okay? And 25% of future earnings. That's 25% of $1 million. That could be 25% of $10 million. You don't know. You're signing up for something. You're signing your future away. You don't even know what your future even look like. You should have an opt out clause. Like they say, you should have a clause to opt out because you just don't know how this stuff gonna look. It might, it might not be a good deal. Because I'm pretty sure 17, 18-year-old, you get a car, you live good, you play college sports, you might just sign away and not realize you might be owing these people some money in the future. And you may not become the star that you think you might be. Or you may, and you still owe a lot of money. So this is somewhat, is it a sham? I don't know. I just don't think the whole NIL thing, they're not telling us everything. I don't think everybody's just making money like that. I think some of these kids, like I said, they're owing money. He signed his life away. 25% for $436,000. And that money's taxed. So he might take home 300 grand. Who knows? Well, he's in the state of Florida. But they're going to tax the money. Nobody's getting $400,000 and not paying any taxes on it. You can forget it. So this whole NIL deal, this whole NIL thing, is it fair? Are the kids really getting all this money? Do they have lawyers? Because you might, you don't know. Some kids have parents who are well versed in stuff. Some people don't. And you could lose on the back end of the deal. I don't know. All right. And we got one more story. Two more stories. All right. So this next one, this is about defamation of character. This is crazy. I don't know if you saw it. I saw it. Quiet on the Set. HBO, the guy, Dan Snyder, the dude, he was a creep. They had a lot of creepy stuff going on HBO. If you haven't watched the documentary, watch the documentary. There are a lot of people not keeping their hands to themselves on, not HBO, Nickelodeon, my bad. Nickelodeon had the whole lot of people doing a lot of stuff they shouldn't be doing. Anyway, Dan Snyder was the guy that was writing a lot of shows, and he was the center of this. And a lot of stuff, he was employing people. I'm not saying he was employing people. Don't want to say that. People that he was working with for doing this stuff. And it went on for a long time, and he basically got the brunt of it. Now, did he do anything, touch any kids, or do anything illegal? No, he did not, because he never went to jail. However, the documentary was centered around him and the things that he was doing inappropriately. Not necessarily illegal, inappropriate. Inappropriate and illegal are two different things. Inappropriate, have people talk about you, you lose all your money. Illegal, they gonna put your ass in jail. Two different things. Anyway, Dan Snyder, he sues Quiet on Set producers for defamation of character, calls Nickelodeon abuse documentary series a hit job. Now, after something like that, you probably can't work. It's gonna be hard to make some money after they put out this stuff about you. It's gonna be a little hard to they got a whole documentary out, stuff was going on with children, and you was on a kid's show. I don't even know if they're gonna let you in the zoo. I don't even think he can get the zoo. He probably can't even watch. The Cartoon Network said, "Nah, bro, we can't even let you get the Cartoon Network package." No. So it's hard. It's hard out here for people. Now, I'm not here to call anybody guilty or not. I do know this. People go down a lot more than what they used to because of what somebody said. You don't even have to go to court no more. Somebody say something, somebody said something, you pretty much did something. Now you got to go hire lawyers, cost you all this money, might cost you your job, cost you your reputation, and you got to fight to get it back. And understand this, the story that came out about you doing it won't be as big as the story that comes out about you didn't do it. They're saying you did it, not true, huge story. It comes out the truth that you did not do it, that story ain't going to be that big. That's how it go. And this stuff, because I think they need to change the law about this, because a lot of stuff, they say a lot of stuff about people, and a lot of people lose a lot of money, and it takes you a long time to go to court to sue and get all this stuff sorted out. By that time, you lost all this money, and who's to say they will give it back to you? You can't get that money back. That money gone. Now, based off the documentary, yeah, it pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I don't really see how you're gonna shake that, but who knows? In the court of law, they might say he didn't do it. They might say he couldn't do it, and this is not a court of. I mean, he's going to civil court, so he's going to fight for some money. They might find out he did it because you can be found guilty. I mean, not guilty in the court in one court, civil court found guilty and got to pay the money. OJ Simpson found not guilty in criminal court, found guilty in civil court, had to pay that money. So this is the same thing. So this man trying to fight to get some money because he probably can't make any money. So I'm not here to say if he did it or not. I tell you to watch the documentary. Don't look good, but he has the right to. I guess he has the right to try to make some money. And your image is everything. Your image is everything because people look you up, they Google you online, they run your name, and if your name is no good, we can't do business with you. And people, it's too many people in the world for people just to be like, you know what, let's give them a chance. Everybody's not doing that nowadays. They look out there to see your name. Oh man, he be doing what and what and what? Hell no. And they're gonna skip over you. They're not gonna give you an opportunity. So it's your image is everything. It's really important to keep your image intact. It's important to keep all your everything, your image, your name, all that stuff. And that makes you think about fame. Like, man, fame is great, but when fame is working against you, it's really hard to beat it. It's really hard to beat it. There's people out there right now who, you look up stuff still and they still can't shake it. Hell, it's people who've been playing a character in a movie. They played a character in a movie, and the movie's only out 90 minutes. It's only 90 minutes, and people can't get those thoughts out about who that character was. And when they see him in real life, they're like, "Hey, you're an asshole." Like, "Hey, bro, that was a movie." You hear about that. People, it happens to people all the time. What was the movie? Oh, damn. Shoot. I think the dude from Waiting to Exhale, they used to get on him a lot because his character, he had one of the memorable characters and people didn't like it. So that's how I go. But anyway, rap beef. Is it worth it? As long as nobody get hurt, heck yeah. Because you're going to keep your name in the papers. They're going to keep you on social media. And people probably going to come out and get some tickets and talk about you. I remember Kendrick Lamar, he mentioned a particular restaurant in his diss. And this place is they've been selling out they've been crazy busy for the last couple of days just because he mentioned your name. So I guess it can work for you, work against you. Yeah. I guess it depends on what side of the fence you on. It depends on what side of the fence you on. Anyway, before we go, it's travel season. It is travel season. Make sure you got your flights, your hotels on the track if you're trying to go anywhere, you're trying to do anything, because they're gonna raise the price of everything. It's officially May. Memorial Day is coming up. Got that Monday off. You got I don't think you got no days off in June. You got Juneteenth. Yes, you got Juneteenth off. So you got a couple travel days coming up. Make sure if you're gonna travel, get your points, people. Get your points. All right. Sign up for the airline rewards program. All right. Don't book that flight unless you put in your number. Okay. Listen, you want the points out. Now, the credit card situation, that's a whole nother thing. But if you got one, you get those points too. Get those flight points, okay? Because by the time the end of the summer come around, you can take your free flight somewhere. All right? Go see the world. Go see. It's a lot of beautiful stuff out here. Now, I know everybody is not in a big airport. Some people are in small regional airports. It's a little harder for you to travel. I get that. But you got to put the flight on a tracker and see what's going on. I just booked a flight out the country. Damn, that thing came down from $1,100 to $500. I'm trying to rebook it. I'm trying to rebook it right now because I'm like, wait a minute. I would have never known if I didn't have the tracker, because I keep the tracker on long as after I purchase stuff. I keep looking because the price might come down. That's the rental car hustle. When you book a rental car, you always go back a couple days or a week later and just check and see if the rates came down. You didn't have to pay for it, right? You just reserve, put your name down. If the price drops, re-reserve. Hotels are different. Hotels, those rates go up sometimes. I wouldn't. Now, if I book a hotel, now if it just drops considerably, I'll rebook. But a lot of times, I don't want to rebook and lose my room, so I don't do that. But rental cars, I damn sure do that. And yeah, flights too. If the flight drops from $700 and it gets down to $350 round trip, oh, you got to do that. Now you got to make sure it's still, you still got the same flight time, because they're trying to kill you with these layovers. A lot of these cheap flights now, the layover be 5-6 hours. They be trying to play with you. Don't get too hype on the prices. Now I know the price look good and it look cheap, but the layover be killing you. So make sure you click down and click the details before you buy your flights, because you'll be sitting around. You'll be trying to get from Texas to New York, and you'll be sitting in Charlotte for 2 days. You'll be like, you know what? We could have got a car and been there by now. So just make sure you're doing all that. Travel season's coming up. Don't overpay. And, that's what we're going to do. All season long, AC is hot. It's going to be hot. It's heating up. Don't have your AC bill too hot. Make sure you get that stuff under control. When you leave your place, Turn your lights off, turn your AC off. I do. I don't know why some people just be walking out their place, leaving the AC on, the lights on, like you don't got to pay no electric bill. What's wrong with you? You crazy? Anyway, listen, I appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. This has been another episode of Cheap Not Broke. We are live on Mondays and Thursdays, and we've been rocking strong. I've been hitting it live Mondays and Thursdays for a few weeks, for about a couple months now. So I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and check out all the content. You can check me out on Instagram. You can check me out on TikTok. You can check out the podcast. Cheap Champ Podcast. If you subscribe to the channel, click podcast. You can go watch all 4 seasons of the podcast. About to go start taping another season. I'm really excited. Stepping it up. I'm in a new space. Got more cameras. It's going to be great. Looking forward to that. Got some new content coming for y'all. And also, during the week, I'm chopping up the shorts now. So if you don't want to digest this whole video, look out for the shorts. The shorts are coming out all through the week. And yeah, we're going to keep this thing bumping. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and I'll see y'all Monday night.
Hit the like and subscribe button and go to cheapnotbroke.com.